So Kratos is actually Zeus's son. Don't ask me how that happened. And yeah, Athena just killed herself basically, protecting Zeus. Am I full? Yeah, I'm full. I'm not sure. Are we at the end? Like close to the end? We are probably close to the end. But that was kinda interesting battle. It was actually a kind of a pure skill check instead of like the... Well, maybe not purely. Like the... When it took the blade, it has the instant attacks with the blade, so you can't kinda like react to that. It would be kinda funny if there was a... Easter egg here. If you do something else. Man, that is one horrifyingly looking monster woman. I mean, I kinda prefer the Shin Megami Tensei versions of these three Moirae sisters. Moirae sisters. Lachesis, Clotho and Atropos. They're a bit more prettier than this. So I need to use this to go even further back, I guess. Or... I guess I'll just save again. Why not? So where are we going this time? To the... Oh, to the place like the Great War. I see. Or before that? Very sexy, that guy. Kratos is horny for woman.
We have been expecting you, Ghost of Sparta. The gods are far too powerful for us to defeat now.
All on Olympus tremble at my name. Zeus is weak. Ares and Athena are dead, and I wield the blade. We can win the Great War, but not in this time. Together, we will destroy the petty gods, and we will see Olympus crumble before us. Come with me, Gaia. Return to my time. Victory awaits.
Oh,
We have faced far worse than this one fallen mortal. But we are the gods. We whom the mortals worship. We who rule over this land. We who will not be swept aside by this petulant fool. Brothers, put aside the petty grievances that have splintered us for so long. We will unite, we will stand together, and I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail.
Or not. I feel like that's not gonna happen. Here they come!
Zeus, your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!
So, this is probably going to be the epic final battle. With all the titans. The end begins. Wait, what? That was it? A cliffhanger ending? What? So I split the part just for that? What the fuck is that? What is it up killing? Like a minotaur or something, I think. Like, wait, what? Like, it's a cliffhanger ending? Okay. A cliffhanger ending. So I need to actually play the third one. In order to see this through. Like, it's actually a... Like, to be honest, this feels kinda like well, that's supposed to be Hades. Yeah. It looks a bit different from the first game, actually. A lot different. In the first game, it looks like a fucking huge mouth base at, like, the whole face. So, okay. A cliffhanger ending, you're forced to play the third game, but basically it doesn't feel like a trilogy. Like, okay, the first game creates a prelude to all this, but they didn't obviously have a plan for the whole series at that point, because it kinda feels like the first game ends like decisively, like it's a full real conclusion. Like, it doesn't have a cliffhanger or anything to it. Like, he becomes a new god of war and so on. The barbarian, yeah. So, okay. So I need to play the third game anyway. I'm going to be playing it. I'm going to do since I actually did this, I'm going to get the remastered version for PlayStation 4. I don't think it's actually very expensive anymore. Maybe like 20 euros or something like that. And I kind of feel like I want to buy it. I want to buy it and like actually I've enjoyed these two games, so I want to enjoy that too and support the company. But that's a bit of a... You have completed God of War 2 in God mode. Treasures have been unlocked. Blade of Olympus has been unlocked and is upgradable in bonus play. Rank Spartan. Would you like to save your progress? What rank is like the biggest rank? But that was it. Challenge of the Titans. 7 rules challenge, 7 challenge. Will you survive them all? Arena of the Fates. Control your own destiny and wage combat on your own terms. Receive Titan ranking challenge mode to unlock. Titan mode. The ultimate God of War 2 experience. Advanced players only. Select from new game menu. During bonus play, you can use the urns in your possession. Select from the status menu. Kratos plus a fish costume equals the God of War. Okay. We are armor forged from the scales of the deadly Hydra. Select at the start of bonus play. Embark on your dark odyssey with a warrior suited to the task. Why be a god of war when you could be a goddess? You can be a woman? Beat the game on Titan mode to unlock. The classics never go out of style. The only thing that haunts a ghost is his past. Collect 20 Cyclops eyes to unlock. How the fuck can you actually collect all the Cyclops eyes? And besides that, how the fuck can you find all of the urns and that? You worked so hard to get it the first time, it would be a shame to let it go to waste. Receive card ranking in challenge mode to unlock. In-game movies, high resolution. Watch all the high resolution movies. Watch the in-game movies in order. Watch the credits movie. So what is the challenge of the Titans? Let's go 7 rooms, 7 challenge. Let's go quickly check it out. Rip out the Cyclops eye before time runs out. Blind Fury. I don't know. I don't want to start doing that now. The one other thing I wanted to see is... So, does that icon mean that you can use like a new game items now?
By defeating Ares, Kratos, the
Okay, so... yeah, I'm not going to be doing this now. But...
However, Kratos soon
I'm
found himself alone.
I'm not sure if I actually want... Like... I'm
Kratos
kinda like
had no need for the love of petty gods. He had found a new family in the warriors of Sparta.
I'm kinda torn with the whole like
Incarnate through battle.
My lord, Kratos! Another city is ready.
Oh shit, the guy actually is in the beginning as well, like the guy who you kill and who supports you. I didn't know that was that guy actually.
The wrath of Olympus grows.
But yeah,
Soon I will no longer be able to protect you.
so anyway, I'm going to be playing the third one as well. I just need to get it, the remastered version for PlayStation 4.
Do not turn your
Especially
back on
since this is a cliffhanger, I want to actually see the
Then you leave
end.
me
Because
no
that's the
choice.
last like classic
Kratos had turned the pain of his memories
classic God of War that they're
into
actually
the gods who had refused
they
to free
released.
him from the night
So I assume it actually just like it tells you the finished story and what happens in the end. But this is kind of a letdown since it's a cliffhanger. And the other part is kinda weird that you need to like it's so hard they didn't remaster this for like PlayStation 4 or the first one, but I feel like all of the like the trilogy games should have been remastered for PlayStation 4 in orders for you to play, because if you play the third game, wouldn't it be like kinda weird how it starts, unless you can like check out the prologue of it. But even then it's kinda weird how it's just like you need to watch the prologue in order to play this, because there's not like none of the old, like the second game isn't playable on it, so you need to watch the prologue in order to understand what the fuck is going on. It's not a standalone game, so to speak. Unless they actually like tell the whole story of it. I'm going to shut him up. I'm pretty sure that icon over there means that you can use the like new game plus items. Basically you probably have like a all the items and all the upgrades, you can basically try to max out everything. And it said that you can upgrade the Blade of the Gods as well, which will probably be pretty broken. But anyway, like I said, I'm like constantly my thought is in getting interrupted. But anyway, I'm going to be playing the third one as well. I just need to get it, and that will be too. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the Titan. Like, the game is actually a lot more difficult than the first one, and I didn't find any like cheap looping, cheating, cheesy tactics like in the first game with the throw loop that and doing certain things, and the enemies were more easier to deal with. In this game there are a couple of like all of the enemies are a bit more tougher than in the first game. Not to mention that they're like way more, I think, more aggressive. Like they're attacking you a lot more. There are also like really bullshit challenges. Like it's just not enough that the enemies are difficult. There's also bullshit challenges and bullshit things with certain enemies. Like for example, the dual axe wielding small, big sounding fuckers who ride on the Cyclopses. They're really annoying because they just ignore your attacks and they counter attack, and then they just can run up to you and do like an instant like unblockable attack that's well, not instant but really fast. It's kind of hard to deal with that. So I feel like they're kind of fucking bullshit enemies. Then there's like a couple of bullshit parts where you have to fight against infinitely spawning enemies, which always is a pretty bad game design unless there's like some sort of actual point for it. But just to make it like a crazy like a bullshit scenario, that's kind of annoying in my opinion. Like some people might like it, like that kind of challenge, but I feel like it's kind of like a cheap challenge. At least the part where you have to protect the translator isn't as crazy as it might be. Although you can't heal the translator, you can actually like there's not that many enemies. Like there are a lot of enemies, but they're like you can deal with them fairly easily. They're not mobbing the translator all the time. So, and if you itemize like skill-wise itemize yourself properly, you can use the Gorgon shit to actually like deal with the whole part of them mobbing there. That should make things easier. Not to mention like the summoner enemies or the mage enemies or whatever they are. They actually are weak to the Gorgon gaze or the Medusa gaze attack, and you can just stone them. And I was thinking, like I said in the part after it, that maybe I should have just focused on the small enemies first instead of the tough, like the mage enemies, because the mage enemies aren't really attacking that much, and especially not the translator, but the other ones are mobbing it constantly, so I should just probably destroy them first and then focus on the mage enemies. But who knows? If I do the Titan very hard difficulty playthrough, then there's at least I'm pretty sure I can do it. Like I'm going to try it at least if I can. But all in all, if you know what to build, you'll have a lot easier time. Like, don't upgrade the fucking spear. It feels so useless. I'm not sure if it actually is useless or if it's like the most broken ass weapon, or if there's like actual uses for it. But to me it felt like that, and the only thing that you might want to upgrade is the hammer, and even that isn't such a good thing. Like, it's good against certain enemies and it deals a lot of damage, but it's not like nothing special At least that's how I felt. So you're probably going to end up not using it. Like there are uses for certain things, but I'm not sure if you really need to upgrade. Like the part where you have to move the statue in the fire part, like the Phoenix part. I think you can do the Lightning Chronos spell like on first level. You don't need to upgrade it. I had it on second level, but I don't think you really need to upgrade it higher than that. I don't think it like increases the time it hits or like stuns the enemies, and you're just going to be using it to stun the enemies. Not to mention the whole thing becomes a little bit easier if you don't want to take the red orbs and all that. So I mean, you can take them, but it's just like a lot more difficult. But yeah, there are a couple of bullshit places where the infinite enemies are really annoying. But then again, like the other infinite enemies part was like the dangerous infinite enemies part was the part where you had to like where the big enemies were riding those Cyclopses, and if you just attack the enemies and instead of wanting to like rip the eyes off so you can like get those, which I have no idea how you get all of the Cyclops eyes, is probably a bit easier because you can just kill them with the Atlas attack. The Stomp, yeah, the Atlas attack. I mean, it feels like you kind of want to upgrade. I'm not sure about the main weapon, like the Blades of Chaos or Blades of Athena weapons. I'm not sure if those are the best one to upgrade instantly as fast as you can. I feel like you want to get the bow is kind of useless. I feel like you shouldn't even use that or like upgrade it. It didn't have any uses, at least in my opinion. But then again, I didn't have it maxed out anyway, so I don't know. But you want to upgrade the Gorgon or Medusa head into maximum upgrade pretty fast, so you can deal with that translator room. And you want to probably upgrade the blades just to have that increased damage. And second of that, you want to upgrade the Earthquake Stomp, because that's like the Poseidon tide of this game. It has the invulnerabilities and it does like insane AoE damage. So it's your get out of jail free card. And in this game, the Rage of the Gods feels really fucking bad, or Rage of the Titans. It just doesn't feel good. But yeah. I mean, if it has the infinite magic thing, as in the first game, with last level of the Blades of Athena, then it might be actually pretty good. But, yeah. I don't know. Actually, I can check that. I can just load from the... this one. I can just load it and upgrade the... I have enough to upgrade it, so I can just do that. But it felt like I actually missed out on increased damage to Archer's Rage, Trantor's Rage Air, Prometheus Inferno, hold L1. New Rage of the Titans. When the combo meter is 25 or greater, hold L1 to release a fiery torrent of pain that will damage surrounding enemies. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't give you the infinite mana though. Yeah, it doesn't. Unfortunately. That doesn't cost as much as in the first game. But yeah. So, that was God of War 2. God of War 2 playthrough. I mean, was it difficult? Yeah, it was more difficult than the first one. It actually was kind of challenging and I got frustrated with it, which is always the sign that something is actually challenging. Although there are bullshit stuff that, in my opinion, are like a cheesy way of making the game challenging, like infinite enemies and all that. It wasn't that like bad. The boss battles were actually, in my opinion, pretty damn well made. Although there wasn't really that many in the first one. Well, basically only 3 bosses. Like Minotaur, Hydra and the Ares fight. That's all of the like boss battles basically. In this game there were like a couple of more of them, and all of them kind of felt like pretty well made. The thing is, they were mostly puzzle enemies or puzzle bosses, so you basically had to figure out, at least in a couple of them, what to do and how to fight. And then there were like a couple of those which were like skill checks. Like for example, Zeus fight is a lot better than Ares fight from the first game, because Zeus fight you actually will do it with skill instead of just the enemy having like an instant unblockable that does like 100% damage, and you just pray for it to not happen or do it. So, and the fucking clone fight from the first game, like that's, I mean, that is just bullshit. But yeah, the boss battles in this game were actually pretty good, in my opinion. And I liked them. Like the Sisters of Fate fight was like, the first one was pretty awesome. The second one wasn't really a boss battle. The tentacle monster, whatever the fuck it was, wasn't really... well, it was just a gimmick fight with whatever. The Medusa fight, the Super Medusa fight, was actually pretty nice. Except for the bullshit like the Super Slam that it gets in the face too. Which I think it might be that it does it like 3 times. Like the 2 hit combo, like 6 attacks basically, and you need to just dodge. Like go far enough back so it doesn't hit you or something. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the very hard, because there were a couple of fights. I'm not even sure how this, what kind, like if it's just like, if it's the same as in the first game, that the enemies are just tougher and you take more damage and nothing basically changes other than that, then it shouldn't be a big deal. I mean, I might think about doing it. I kinda want to do it. I didn't get enough from playing this game, so I might consider doing it. But I guess we'll see. At least I'm going to be playing the third one. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Like, all in all, this game was actually pretty good, but is it just me or is this shorter than the first one? I mean, I played, the first one took me on the, like the hard difficulty around 18 hours, where about 2 hours was, well, I think this is kind of the same, right? Right? Is it? What's my save time? 16 hours. Okay, okay, I think this is kind of the pretty much the same. Yeah. Around the same time. So, they're not that lengthy, but they are fairly like long games. They're not like really super short ones. But I like this too. But not as much as the first one, but maybe it's because first one was easier, so I just like it. Just like to face roll the game or something. I'm not sure. No, honestly, the first one is a bit better, like, better done in certain parts. This game actually has the problem with being repetitive, like, next part, fight 1,000 enemies, next part, fight 1,000 enemies, next part, fight 1,000 enemies. The first game actually had, like, a better pacing than this. This game has the same problem as, for example, modern Ninja Gaidens, where the first one is actually, like really open-ended, or like you can move around, check out places, explore and all that. The enemy countlets don't just like happen all the time, whereas the second game is like next room 1,000 enemies, next room 1,000 enemies, next room 1,000 enemies, next room 1,000 enemies. Like it's repetitive. That's the problem. Like it isn't as so bad that it spoils the game, but it's kinda, yeah. The same problem is with this game, in my opinion. Like I said it actually in one of the parts that again are repetitive enemy countlet, and yeah. But anyway, I liked it. I think both of these God of War games are actually pretty damn good. But I can see why this wasn't as popular or as well received. I don't know exactly if it was, but I never heard anything mentioned about the God of War 2. Like, the only game I've heard, like, being praised is the first one. I never heard anything about the second one, and I never saw any materials from, like, pictures or video or anyone playing it even. But the third one I've actually seen, like, that people stream and play, and I've seen pictures of it. And it actually got the remaster for PlayStation 4. So, yeah, I think it was a little bit better or more well received than the second one. But it's not bad game. I'm glad I played it, and I might do the very hard difficulty. I guess we'll see. Maybe I should actually check out if the very hard difficulty has some changes from the main game, or if it's just the same as the first one, so that it's just more damage and more health. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to be continuing on with these. Probably next up is the remastered God of War 3 remastered. I don't know what others I do. My PlayStation, my gaming PC is fucked, so I can't play anything on it. That's why I'm doing these console retro style playthroughs and all that. So I might continue doing all of them depending on if I get my gaming PC fixed ever. I was like, before my gaming PC was fucked and I was doing the Monster Hunter World playthrough, I was actually thinking that I would play Ninja Gaiden games again on a harder difficulty, just to challenge myself and redeem myself from being such an utter failure, now that I know a bit more about them. But unfortunately I can't, and especially since I bought them for Steam, so I could, like, I did the original playthroughs on Xbox Game Pass, and I do them on Steam because they were on sale and I bought them. So yeah, but unfortunately I can't do that. The other games I'm probably going to do if my gaming PC doesn't get fixed or will be out of commission longer. I'm probably going to be playing like some more retro console games. I'm thinking about playing Dino Crisis. Someone actually, a few years back, someone actually asked me if I'd play Dino Crisis when I was doing my Resident Evil Code Veronica playthrough. I have it on for Dreamcast, but unfortunately my Dreamcast is broken. And besides that, I wouldn't have been able to capture from my Dreamcast anyway. So I'm not going to be doing it on that. But they released the emulated version or whatever on PlayStation Network. So I can actually buy it for my PlayStation 4 and play it for that. Which might be interesting because I never really played it that much. I couldn't play them. Like I have lots of Dreamcast games that I haven't played because unfortunately my Dreamcast got broken by a TV. It kinda got crushed pretty dangerously. I mean it might be able, like I'm not a very like good at fixing anything electrical or doing those things, but I feel like it might be someone would be able to actually fix it if they wanted to, but who knows. So that's one of the games I was thinking about. I also have like lots of PlayStation Network games and other things that I've bought on PlayStation 4 that I haven't played ever, which might be like a good playthrough to do. For example, The Last of Us. I haven't played that ever. I've seen the playthroughs of it and I have seen speedrun of it, but I've never played it or like invested any time of it. So I might want to play that too. I'm also thinking about the new God of War, but the problem with the new God of War is that it's kind of open world-ish style. It's not exactly open world, but it has open world elements, which makes it a lot more like action adventure RPG elements, which makes it a lot longer to play, especially the way I play them. So I'm not sure if it's something that would be good to record for YouTube, so I'm not sure. There are other games as well that I could be playing. I can't remember them from the top of my head, but there are stuff that I could look into. The other things I'd really like to play, like I'm really feeling it, are Silent Hill games. Unfortunately, I only own Silent Hill 3. Like, it's hard to find them from anywhere. Silent Hill 1 is for PlayStation 1. I played it back when it was released like a long time ago. It's been over 20 years. Yeah, like way over 20 years, like 25 years? More than that. I'm not sure exactly, but it's like a long time ago. And I played it, I bought it as soon as it came because it like people were like hyping. I was in the like Resident Evil 1 was the biggest thing back then and was like blown away. And then they were like saying that Silent Hill is coming. It's similar to Resident Evil 1. It's basically similar type of survival horror, and I was so hyped about it and bought it instantly. Then I played it and was like, what the fuck, this isn't like Resident Evil at all. It's a lot more different. And I only finished it once and played it once, and I didn't really like it that much. I didn't hate it, but it got overshadowed for me because Resident Evil 1 was so much greater. But later on, it's kind of like I've changed my mind a bit about it because I feel like you shouldn't compare them to, like, only in the sense of survival horror, but not in the same sense of survival horror, if you understand what I mean. Like, Silent Hill had like pretty creepy atmosphere, and the story was actually like really scary. Like, is that the correct word? Like, deep. let's say deep. Like it actually had like some sort of hidden meaning, and you don't understand it, especially since I was young and was like I just wanted to play like action-based games, and those were my thing. So the game was like totally different, especially since you can't just go and shoot everything. The shooting mechanic isn't like that. But I kinda want to play it, like I've now, since I can't really remember anything about it, or at least the only thing I can remember is the one puzzle I got stuck in for like 3 days, and back then you didn't have any internet to actually like check it out. And I was like, for 3 days I was like, wow, how the fuck do you do? What is this? I asked my friends like, what the fuck? Do you know what this puzzle is? And everyone was like, nah, what the fuck? And then we actually figured it out that, okay, and I'll never forget that puzzle ever again, because, yeah. And it wasn't even like a really that crazy or hard puzzle, it was just like, what the fuck? And we weren't used to like those kinds of puzzles in, like, especially in console games back then. Like maybe in the PC, but I hadn't really played like that many PC style of adventure games or anything, so yeah. Anyway, I really want to play the first one again, just because I have that craving, and I'm thinking about doing the same type of deal as with this God of War series and with what I did with Resident Evil series, just playing all of them back to back if I can find them or get them somehow. Like Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, Silent Hill 4. I'm not sure about the other ones, but at least those ones. I'm not sure what others there are. Like there's Origins. Like those that tie in with the story, at least somewhat. Homecoming, Downpour. I'm not sure how you even can get those games. But I'm thinking about doing those, like at least the main title games. Similar to how I did my Resident Evil series, although they're in Finnish. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. I guess we'll see. First I'd need to actually get a hold of them, because it's kinda like you can find 2 and 3 pretty easily, but getting 1, not sure. You can get 4 by buying it on Good Old Games, I think. GOG. GOG.com. GOG.com. You can actually get the PC version from there. But the problem is, I'm not sure if it even runs on this PC while streaming. I always say streaming when I mean to say recording. So I'm not sure how it goes. But I'd really want to play those, and I guess we'll see if it comes to pass. But anyway, this was my... I'm gonna stop fucking talking and babbling. No one is going to be listening this anyway, so... But whatever. I just want to talk and like to talk. I'm going to be cutting this off now. That was my playthrough of God of War 2 on hard difficulty, God difficulty. I might do the very hard difficulty, the Titan, but we'll see. At least I'm going to be doing the God of War 3 remastered playthrough next. Or later on. So, thank you for watching my God of War 2 playthrough. UFONman is signing out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.